back to my channel. So on today's video, I am going to talk about my predictions for the upcoming pay-per-view this Sunday, May 6th, only available on the WWE Network. Backlash! Backlash! So Backlash is, WWE is branding it as the first ever dual branded pay-per-view since Wrestlemania, so that means talent from both Raw and SmackDown will be on this pay-per-view, and that is the way it is going to be going forward. So we have a pretty stacked card for Backlash. So it is going to take place, of course, May 6th, which is a Sunday, at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. It is going to be the 14th event in the Backlash chronology and the first Backlash event since 2009 to be dual branded. Ooh, exciting. Alright, so Backlash is our first pay-per-view since WrestleMania. I'm not really counting the Greatest Royal Rumble because that did not include female talent. So this is the first pay-per-view since WrestleMania, so we have a pretty stacked card, and let's get into it. So the first match that I'm going to be talking about is a tag team match. On one side we have Braun Strowman tag teaming with Bobby Lashley against the team of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, Raw's newest talent. So I don't know really why we're seeing this match again. We've seen in the past couple weeks, we've seen variations of Braun Strowman tagging with someone, and Braun Strowman tagging with Bobby Lashley against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, so I'm not really sure why we're getting this pay-per-view match, but we are, so let me talk about who I think the winner is going to be. So obviously you would think like Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley are going to win purely because of their size, and they've been winning every single other encounter against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so why not win this one? But I think I'm going to go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, mostly because why are we going against them again if Sami and Kevin are not going to win? Doesn't make any sense to me. So, Bobby Lashley teaming with Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Who will the winner be? My prediction? Our Canadian boys, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Next match I'm going to talk about is Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. So recently we have seen both Daniel Bryan and Big Cass make their returns after lengthy injuries. Daniel Bryan was definitely more prolific. Like, he obviously has been out for a very, very long time. He just barely returned to action at WrestleMania. We saw him last 70 plus minutes in last Friday's event, the Greatest Royal Rumble, which broke records. He's now holding the record for longest time in a Royal Rumble, which previous was Rey Mysterio. Now it's Daniel Bryan, which he didn't win, which I was a little surprised that we didn't have Daniel Bryan win, because honestly the ultimate underdog, but there's always next year. So Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Big Cass tore his ACL or something like months ago, 7 months ago, blah 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 blah. The whole premise is that Cass is jealous that people are excited that Daniel Bryan is back and not Big Cass. I guess that's the thing that we're talking about. I, for one, am not really into this match. I'm not really into Big Cass, but I am into Daniel Bryan, so who do I think is going to win? I'm going to give it to Daniel Bryan, because why make Daniel Bryan lose to Big Cass? That doesn't make any sense. This is our first of several championship matches. We are going to see Carmella, the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, defend in her first title defense since winning the title against Charlotte Flair. So this is a singles match for SmackDown's Women's Championship, and I have to say, I think we're gonna see Carmella retain her title. Not because she's the more talented of the two, but simply because I think we're going to see Charlotte Flair kind of take a break from the title scene, as well as she should. She's been in the title scene for a very long time, and even though I love when Charlotte Flair is champion, it's kind of really time for someone else to be champion. So yes, I think Carmella is going to be successful in her first ever WWE SmackDown Women's title defense. Which, speaking of women's wrestling, I recently just released my first episode of my podcast, Jade Talks Wrestling, which can be found on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. If you just type in Jade Talks Wrestling, it should happen. I'll drop the link to my SoundCloud below in the description box, but go check out my first episode of my podcast. I talk for 20 minutes about my life, myself, my family, but my overall theme of the episode is women's wrestling and how I feel like it is the time for women to have an all-women network special or pay-per-view, much like the Greatest Royal Rumble was. I also, spoiler alert, talk about how I think it's time for the women to have tag team titles. So yes, you should go check out my podcast after you're done watching this video, of course. Don't skip the video to watch the podcast, or watch the podcast, come back to finish the video. Anyway, that link will be in my description box below. We will see Nia Jax, who is the WWE Raw Women's Champion, defend her championship against the former champion Alexa Bliss. So much like Charlotte Flair, I love when Alexa is champion, but I think it is time for other women to be in the spotlight. So I think that we will see, through a bunch of interference, of course, and some dastardly tactics, we're gonna see Nia Jax retain her title and move on to another feud. I don't really know who. They're probably gonna do like Sasha Banks. I don't really want that, but yeah, moving on. The next match I'm going to talk about is Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton for the WWE United States Championship. So just a couple weeks ago, we saw Jeff Hardy jump sides to the blue brand after winning his first WWE United States Championship. So then he became a Grand Slam champion. So congratulations to Jeff. I was super excited because I love Jeff Hardy. So of course, having him in a singles match away from his brother on a completely different brand, now being champion, I'm excited. So we see him defending his WWE United States Championship against the former champion Randy Orton, which my question is this 2006 or 2018? Recently we saw Bobby Lashley come back, and then we're seeing Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton feud over a title. I think this might be 2006. Is it 2006 or is it 2018? Yeah, it's 2018, but we are very much living in a 2006 era with 2006 storylines. It's exciting though. But on that topic, Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, I'm saying that Jeff Hardy is going to retain his WWE United States Champion because Jeff Hardy is best for business. We love Jeff Hardy. The next match I'm going to be talking about is Seth Rollins defending his WWE Intercontinental Championship against The Miz. So with Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton and The Miz all being on SmackDown Live, I think it's safe to say that Seth Rollins is going to retain his WWE Intercontinental Championship for the sole fact that Raw needs a top title. You know, Raw's Universal title, its top title, is missing in action. We rarely ever see it. It's this big old red thing that we never see because it's not around. It's spoiler alert, not being defended at this pay-per-view, which is a big shocker. But anyway, so Seth Rollins versus The Miz, I think it's going to be match of the night because Seth Rollins is so talented, so is The Miz. They have amazing chemistry. They're really gonna throw down, so I think we will see Seth Rollins be successful defending his Intercontinental Championship, and I'm gonna predict that we're going to see Finn Balor at the end of the match do some little dastardly Prince Devitt heelish stuff and attack Seth Rollins, so that ignites their feud yet again, because Monday's match between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor was mind-blowing. Those two, I could watch them fight forever. So talented. That I'm going to be talking about is Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. So going into Backlash, I thought that we would see Roman Reigns win the WWE Universal title at Greatest Royal Rumble, so that this match would be a title match. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. He didn't win. He doesn't have the title. I don't know why. I don't know why Roman Reigns doesn't have the title. They've been pushing him for about 4 years now, and he doesn't have the title. Not sure why. I don't know why WWE just won't give Roman Reigns the Universal title. Really don't. He's the top guy. He's phenomenal. Oh wait, that's AJ. He's super good. He's very talented. He looks like a champion. He talks like a champion. He walks like a championship. And he does all those things. But with Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, I think we are going to see Samoa Joe win, possibly, just to kind of maybe show that Roman Reigns isn't really having a good year. Maybe that's what's going on. So yeah, Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. It's gonna be a pretty brutal match. I'm excited about it. But my winner, I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe. Sorry, Roman, I love you, but yeah, I don't think you're winning this one. Final match on the Backlash card is AJ Styles defending his WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura in a no disqualification match. So this is the only match on the card with a stipulation because Shinsuke recently turned heel and has been hitting AJ Styles in the balls. Wrestling is so weird, you guys. Oh my goodness. Hitting AJ Styles in the balls. Guess Uncle AJ can't have any more kids now, can he? But that was a terrible joke. But anyway, getting back to it. So we saw AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura not only at the Greatest Royal Rumble, but also at Wrestlemania after Shinsuke won the 2018 Royal Rumble. He challenged AJ, which was a dream match, which AJ won, and then that is when Shinsuke Nakamura turned heel and hit AJ Styles in the balls for the first time. I really think we should do an AJ Styles balls counter. Oh my god. WWE, if you are watching this, please, can you have someone in your department do like an AJ Styles like balls counter and just do ding, 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 ding every time he gets hit, because that's funny. That would be hilarious. I think everybody would be into that. Anyway, moving on. So we saw AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at the Greatest Royal Rumble, which ended in, I believe it ended in a DQ. Spoiler alert, I have not actually seen the match. The only thing from the Royal Rumble that I watched was the WWE 50-man Royal Rumble, and it was because I read spoilers that Roderick Strong was in it, so I'm like, I need to watch it because I love Roderick Strong. I love Shock the System. I love Undisputed Era. I love NXT. So I had to watch it because I knew that Roderick Strong was in it, so yeah. Oh. I'm gonna go back once I probably edit and post this video and watch the entirety of the Greatest Royal Rumble. I just haven't really had time. But back to the match. So I think this is going to be Shinsuke's time. Much like I said with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, I think it is time for AJ Styles to kind of not be champion. We have seen him be champion for the past many months. I don't really know how many, but a lot of months, and so I think it is time for some new blood in the WWE Championship title picture. I don't really know who Shinsuke will go against after he wins. Daniel Bryan? Yes. So anyway, so AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, no DQ for the WWE Championship. My prediction, Shinsuke Nakamura, and that badass new heel theme song that he has. It's so good. Heel Shinsuke is so good. Oh my goodness. Anyway, those are my WWE 2018 Backlash predictions. Backlash is this Sunday, only on the WWE Network. I just spit. Live from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. So, if you guys like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. I will leave my social media links in the description box below. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat. What else? Go like my Facebook page. Go check out my website. Also, go check out my podcast. I just dropped my first episode. There will be an episode every Wednesday, hopefully. Fingers crossed. If you want to ever collaborate with me, I will drop my email down below. For any collaborations, anything like that, please direct all inquiries to jadetalkswrestling@gmail.com. And again, jadetalkswrestling@gmail.com. I, if you are wondering, am a collar and elbow brand influencer for Collar and Elbow, which is Al Snow's clothing line. It is some of the comfiest wrestling shirts I have ever worn, and I am not just saying that. So go support some independent wrestling, go buy some Collar and Elbow shirts. Hint, if you use my code OHHELLOJADE, OHHELLOJADE, you can save 10% off your purchase. So what are you waiting for? I'll include that link in the description box below. And as always,